What should be the goal of our education? Schools have descended into mayhem. Green energy bailout. Irony alert. One reason is that the government forced green energy transition is driving up demand for equipment, material, and the labor. Soaring oil prices. Concerns grow over resurgence of inflationary pressure. Korea has yet to recover its export growth trend. The downfall of our classroom. The government has been trotting out one countermeasure after another. U.S. Fed should hold firm on rate inflation. If progress toward lower inflation stalls, a higher rate will be necessary to get down to 2%, even if that means an economic downturn. Mean mom need help. My mom probably has the narcissism and borderline personality disorders, but has never been diagnosed. How to fight the misuse of personal data. California has been a leader in privacy legislation, but has not yet passed a law that provides consumers with real privacy protection. Yellen feeling very good about soft landing for U.S. economy. Every measure of inflation is on the road down, Yellen said. She also highlighted that while the U.S. unemployment rate had increased in August after reaching the lowest levels in more than a half-century earlier this year, that jump wasn't caused by a large wave of layoffs. Toward K teacher, the value of education for South Korea's future is predicated on collaboration, not competition. Prior postpartum issues create unease for family. At one point, my son-in-law called and told me she was catatonic and not responding to him. It was terrifying. Catatonic. 이런 단어가 있네. Catatonic. Long-term girlfriend. It was good for a while, and then we started growing apart because she's insecure and I'm not emotional at all. U.S. military recruiting getting worse. Every significant concern that the American public has about military service must be addressed head-on. Social media the fame. Social media is not positive for our marriage, but they won't give it up. Recruiting is tougher for Canada's wildfire. Limited resources could threaten Canada's ability to douse fires. Which are expected to get bigger and fiercer in future as a result of fossil fuel-driven climate change, risking more damage to communities and disrupting the country's oil and gas, mining, and lumber industries. Fine line between investing and gambling. Korean households are making once-in-a-generation portfolio reallocation due to the demographic cliff and the declining attraction of residential property. Year of minilateralism. Plurilateralism will be sought by the United States and China to target specific countries in the third world. Double standards over Fukushima at the wastewater. Moreover, the release of the contaminated water to the Pacific is the first of its kind, cut out by the in-laws who prefer ex-wife. I'm engaged to a very loving man who is quite the lone wolf. Generous gift left unused. I didn't intend to gift them a large sum for them to pay other expenses whenever they wanted. Lurking beneath fragile data, Korean economy narrowly avoid recession in first quarter. It is no time to stick to rosy outlook. South Korea's economy skirted a recession. In the first quarter of this year by a narrow margin. Seeing things that aren't there is pareidolia. Imagine opening a bag of chips only to find Santa Claus looking back at you. Middle-aged daughter takes no responsibility in life. I know what can and probably will happen. Shining moments at commencement ceremonies. Hell did the same with the graduates of Quincy College. Self-driving cars and AI ethics. In a more serious instance, a passenger in a driverless car was injured in a collision with a fire truck. Blind spot. Korea's welfare system needs overhaul to spot and rescue people in dire strait. With the loophole yet to be fixed, poverty-related tragedy keeps taking place. Expectation versus reality of teaching English in Korea with Annie Jung. The English teaching profession in Korea has a number of misconceptions, Jung added. A common misconception that foreigners have of teaching English in Korea is that it will be easy. Honestly, I also did think the same. U.S. marks 9/11 with tribute and tears. Though we never met, I am honored to carry your name and legacy with me. Protects household in crisis. Steps urgent to plug welfare loopholes. The other day, a woman, 41, was found dead at the tenement in Jeonju, North Jeolla Province. Tenement. Mandating estranged wife is unsure what future holds. My wife and I have been together more than 20 years. Man's decisions in life are made to please others. Every decision, life choice, relationship, and career move has been based on how I am perceived by friends and family. Utensil. Be a mix of 무엇이 다양하게 섞여 있다. There is a mix of different pieces. Struggle with 뭘 어려워하다. I struggled with loneliness when I moved. How much heat can the human body stand? Deaths from heat are pretty common, and as the world heats up, may become more so if we don't develop a plan for extreme heat days, like the kind of warning system that usually comes before a major hurricane or blizzard. keeping bones strong as you age. It rarely has symptoms, and many don't even know they have osteoporosis until the bone is broken after a minor fall or bump. Yan's prolonged weakness feared to disrupt Korea's growth. Such a difference in the value of the Korean and the Japanese currencies against the dollar apparently make Korean export item less competitive than Japanese goods. What can make difference during heat wave? So, what is the value of accurate weather forecast? Itaewon Global Village Center marks 15th anniversary. For individuals facing visa-related concern, the Itaewon GVC provides general visa consultation.